Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so now I'm going through everything that's travel. So to be able to use everything up, I'm going to be doing a lot of comparing, all that. I am I'm tired. But I am going to talk about the products I've already used too. So really quickly, I have the e.l.f. Invisa-Stick SPF 50. Everything from e.l.f. is pretty much travel friendly. So it just depends what you like and what you use. This I would definitely use as a travel agent in my little bag. It's a perfect sunscreen, especially going to Florida, because we're going to Florida in December, so I definitely need sunscreen. So I would definitely take that. Whatever I would take goes in my little tote that I have with me. Everything else goes in my other tote. So I'm gonna use some things. Then for sunscreen now, on one side I have the e.l.f. Invisible Sunscreen. So actually, I'm gonna use this all over my face. And I would definitely take this one too. It definitely works. I'm wanting all e.l.f. products done and over with. Today. So I can focus on some other things. So then the second sunscreen that I'm just going to put down the center of my face is the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Woe Glow. This is SPF 30. This I would definitely take on travel too. If the Invisa-Stick or the invisible sunscreen wasn't available. Alright, so while I'm letting that soak in, I'm going to talk about a product I would definitely take on trips, but I've already used it. The e.l.f. Bronzing Drops in Pure Gold. This I would definitely take on trips. Like I said, everything here is pretty much you can take on trips. So this I would definitely take too. Just give that bronzy glow, especially if I don't have the Woe Glow. That would be a really good product. Next. Alright. Brows. So the one brow product I would not take that is travel worthy, like you can travel with it, but I would not take, is the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Brow Gel. I just don't like it. So I'm like, why would I travel with something I don't like? So that will go in the other one. Now, 2 brow products I would travel with is the Instant Lift brow pencils. This is the waterproof version. I love this one so much. It's very creamy. It's very easy to work with. I mean, both, and this is in the shade Taupe. I mean, both of them are easy to work with. But this one's just easier. A bit easier. But they're, like I said, they're both easy to work with. They're both pigmented. It just depends what I feel like traveling with. That day. Or that week. Or whatever. Then the other one is the Instant Lift regular pencil. This one just has a bigger spoolie. And this one is also in the shade Taupe. Like I said, it just depends what I want. Then the e.l.f. laminating brow laminating gel on this side. This would be another one. I would be 100% okay with taking on a trip. This would be another one I would be okay with doing that. Just because it's so good. Then I have the e.l.f. Brow Lift, which again I would 100% be okay with doing that. Using that. I'm gonna use this brush with the spoolie on top. Okay. This is just another great product. Okay. So I'm going to put all my dirty brushes that I use in there so I know which ones to start with. Okay. Oh, alright. Another product I wouldn't mind using or taking is the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna use this brush again today. I wouldn't. This stuff is amazing. We're gonna do an all matte look today. Like an all matte eyeshadow look. So excited for that. So while I'm letting that dry, I have the No Budge Shadow Stick, which I would 100% take on a trip for that brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, but since I'm doing an all matte look, can't do a look with it today. And the e.l.f. Liquid Metallic Shadow and Moon. This would be another great one for an all over the lid pop of shimmer. So. Alright. So like I said, done an all matte look today. So I'm gonna use this brush. Not that one. Found it. And an all over the lid brush. Okay, so I'm gonna take this crease brush first. I'm gonna go into the cream shade. This is the e.l.f. by Size palette. This would be another great one for travel. Need a blending brush too. But yeah, this would be a great one for travel as well. Right after, I have a small skincare routine on. I should have mentioned that. Okay, so I'm going to take my Winged Me blending brush and just kind of blend that shadow out. Then taking that crease brush again, go into the warm tone. Like, literally, I'm still making the room for that gap for the brow bone highlight. Oh. So again, taking that blending brush. I know today's look good is going to get a little crazy, but alright. Then I'm gonna take, I don't need a look at the lid brush. I'm gonna take my crease blending brush, go into my cool tone brown. Then taking my blending brush, doing windshield wiper motion for the blending here. Then taking my detail brush, I'm gonna go into the darkest brown. First, we're gonna start on the outer corner. And then we're gonna blend that out with the Wing Me brush. And then take more with that detail brush and go all over the rest of the lid with it. Alright. So that's that palette. Like I said, I would 100% take it traveling with me. It would be a great palette to travel with. Just make sure you have something to protect your powders, your pressed powders, and all that. Alright, so we got that. Now for eyeliners, we have two that I'm not going to use today. So, we have the e.l.f. Smoky Cool eyeliner in Brownie Points, which I would 100% take traveling with me. It's the perfect size, and it lasts pretty long. So I wouldn't have a problem doing that. Then the e.l.f. Precision Liquid Liner. I wouldn't have a problem taking this on trips with me either. So what I am going to do is I'm going to work from brown to black. No, black to brown. Black to brown. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. Intense Ink Eyeliner, which I would take on a trip. If it was the last eyeliner I had. It's the only way I would take it on a trip, just because of the thick. But I'm still gonna count it as a yes, I would take it on a trip. So got that. Then halfway, and just like a little bit, I'm going with the e.l.f. Expert Liquid Eyeliner, which I would also take this on a trip. I would gladly take this on a trip. It is so good. Then I'm going to take the e.l.f. eyeliner pen and coffee. And I would also %. Take this on a trip. Alright, then I'm taking my bent eyeliner and the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream. And I would 100% take this. This is a good brow cream. So even if it doesn't work as an eyeliner, it'd still be good to take as a brow cream because we already know it works like that. Okay. So, next, I'm gonna go into my e.l.f. lip squeeze me lip balm and grape. Then I also which I would 100% take to keep my lips hydrated and to exfoliate my lips. If I ever had to exfoliate my lips while on vacation, I take the e.l.f. lip exfoliator. This is a great exfoliator for lips. So we got that. Yay! Alright. So the e.l.f. Lash and Roll would be a good mascara for me to travel with. It is such a good formula. I love it. I'm not curling my lashes again today. Just don't feel like it. So the e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. In brown. I would definitely travel with this mascara. This mascara is so good. 100% travel with. On the other side, went into the e.l.f. Lash Beads. Which is another mascara I would 100% travel with. So then on the side with the lash extender, I'm going into the e.l.f. Volumizing Mascara. This is one mascara I wouldn't travel with just because I don't need this much volume. And then on the other side is the e.l.f. Incredicurl, which I would 100% travel with. So that is that. So now I'm going into a little bit of micellar water to clean up underneath the eyes. If you guys cannot tell, I am trying to hurry up so I can get this video done underneath an hour. Don't think I will, just because I have a lot to talk about. Dude, so I got that. Alright. So primers and one that I am going in with. So I'll wait for that one. So primers I'm not going in with today. The e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I would 100% travel with this. This is such a good primer to travel with. It's just a good primer in general. The e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer I would definitely travel with if I didn't have the e.l.f. Glow Glow or the bronzing drops. I would 100% travel with this. The e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. I would 100% travel with this if I didn't have another matte primer that I'm getting ready to talk about. So that's like a good second option. And the Poreless Putty Primer in the jar, I would 100% travel with this if I didn't have the liquid Poreless Putty or any of the other ones I am getting ready to talk about. So, first I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick. It was literally just like a water stick on the face. It was so nice. Good. Dimples. I don't know if I said it, but I would definitely 100% travel with this. primer stick. It's very hydrating. It helps with makeup. 100% would travel with it. I think there's only like a few products I wouldn't travel with. Alright. So now let's do grippy primers. So on this part and up on the side of my nose, I'm going into the original Power Grip, which is sticky, but I would 100% travel with it. So the reason I would travel with it, or any of the gripping primers, is because of its grippy texture, it actually will help with the humidity that's down in the southern states in the United States. So it would help with the humidity down there and help for my makeup not to just completely slide off. So this would just be a nice little added bonus. Then I have the e.l.f. Power Grip with 4% niacinamide. Again, 100% travel with, because of that grippy texture. It just would help with makeup to last longer. During humidity. And I mean, even when we have humidity here during the summer, it works. But I'm talking about travel. When you get down to the lower states, when it's colder up here, it's still warm down there. So, then I have the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer, which I say 100% yes, not just because of the gripping texture, but because of its added benefits as a matte primer. So 100% say yes to all three mattifying primers. Or all three gripping primers. Dang, I'm slow. Okay. So we're not done. I have the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, which I'm just putting right there. This I will not be traveling with. It's a great traveling primer if you can get past the dang smell. If you can get past the dang smell, it would work because it's a very nice primer. It's not as blurring as I want it to be, but it's nice. And see, even no, just no. Then I have the e.l.f. Blemish Control face primer. This would also be another great primer. This I can actually travel with. Yes, it still has that silicate acid smell, but I can get over it, especially because it works and it helps with the blemishes that I do get. Yes, I do not have acne prone skin, which is what that's for, but I do still get blemishes every once in a while. So, yeah, that would be a good one. Alright, I need to clean my ears. But I'm gonna let that sit. I don't even know what time it is. 8:55. Okay. So I have the e.l.f. Velvet Finish face primer, which I would 100% travel with. This is so much more blurring. I mean, I'm putting it all over for no reason. Excuse me, but this one is a lot more blurring. It doesn't seem to have a smell. Like, I don't know what is going on with my senses lately. So I'm gonna puke. I like literally feel like I'm gonna puke. Alright. So now I'm gonna do some color correcting. So first I'm going to go into the Tone Adjusting Face Primer all over my face. This I will not be traveling with. I mean, it's still good if I don't have the color correctors on hand, so actually never mind now. I will. It doesn't do enough. Be a redness correcting primer. It doesn't do much. Now I'm going into my camo color correctors, which I would totally 100% take traveling with. Taking my brush. I'm going to try to use brushes the whole time. No sponge today. All brushes. Alright. Now I'm going into the yellow one. Which again, I would 100% travel with. Alright, then the e.l.f. Putty Color Corrector Eye Brightener. This I would 100% travel with if I didn't have the camo one available. This one, these camo color correctors I just like better. Oh. So I'm gonna let all that set. While I do that, I'm gonna take my powder. I have the e.l.f. HD setting powder that I would 100% travel with. It is so blurring. It's so easy to bake with. Then the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. This is a nice setting powder for all over the face or just underneath the eyes to set that concealer. Okay. So, on my chin, first I'm going to talk about the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This is a nice bronzer. I totally could see myself traveling with it. The e.l.f. Beauty Wand. I could totally see myself using or taking this as a travel item too. Listen, no. I'm literally using a makeup mirror that's over here to blend everything out. Alright, and then the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. This I would 100% travel with as well. It is very pigmented. It's easy to blend. So, like I said, I could totally see myself traveling with it. Alright. Then I got the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Camo Concealer and Fair Beige. I could totally see myself traveling with that as well. But I love the 16-hour Camo Concealer better. Should I have done my concealer first? What? Like that. But this is a really good concealer and I love it. Alright. Now I'm taking the brush. Like I said, no sponge, so if it starts creasing before we set it, gotta use a brush. Alright, then blush, the e.l.f. Monochromatic Stick. This doesn't last long and I don't like it. So I'm not gonna be traveling with it. The Putty blushes, however, I will. Both of them. They're really beautiful, especially when mixed together, and they last a long time. So now I have two different blushes. I think I'm gonna use the tint first though. Oh, and then the e.l.f. Putty or e.l.f. powder blush. You can totally travel with too, which I could see myself doing. The e.l.f. Sheer For It blush tint. There we go. I think because I used it on top of powder is what made it stain so quick. That is a pretty stain. So, like I said, I could totally see myself using the Sheer For It blush tint as a travel product, especially if I don't feel like taking too many products. I could take that for a little hint of color on the cheeks and a little bit of hint of color on the lips. So, I'm scared to do this. I'm gonna take like a tiny amount of the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush and Dusty Rose, which I could totally see myself traveling with as well. We should just, it looks like it just, alright, that's too much. hopefully I can tone this down with a little bit of cream highlighter, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in liquid gold, which I could totally see myself using and traveling with. That highlighter did nothing for that blush. Oh well. Now I'm using some here. Some here. Some here. So, like I said, I could totally see myself traveling with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the All Set for Sun setting spray. I also have the Stay All Night, which I could totally see myself traveling with. This one, not so much, but I'm still using it. Just to set everything so I don't have to set it with powder. Because I'm trying not to set things with powder too much. Okay, now I'm going into the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation with a little bit of the blue color corrector, which I could see me traveling with both of these. So I'm trying my best to cover up what makeup I have on my neck first, so that contour pretty much. And then I blend it down into my neck. I look like a goddamn clown right now. And I love how foundation just covers it all. And makes it less clown-like. One more. I feel like like I said, I could totally see myself traveling with both of these. But like I said, everything now looks less clown-like. More a natural human being. So sorry, it really itched right there. Oh, like really itched right there, and I'm like, dang it. So now I'm going into the pressed powder. Oh, I can't use everything. This is the Prime and Stay finishing powder, which I could totally see myself traveling with this too. This is such a great primer, or powder. All right. How did I do this? So I'm going to take my pink powder puff. I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in light pink. We're going to do some baking. Damn it, why is this powder so freaking messy? Okay. And then I'm going to take my powder brush here. Yeah, I totally meant to do that. But I could totally see myself traveling with this powder, even though it's so freaking messy. Ugh. This is gonna go. See how well these lips look? Like, I bet they look horrendous. So, again. That is so weird. Alright. So now I'm going into the Cream Glide lip liner. No, I'm not. I'm going to talk about it. This, I could totally see myself traveling with too. This is a great lip liner to really line the lips. This e.l.f. lip lacquer is a great non-glossy, non-stick, or a great glossy, non-sticky lip gloss. Oh my god. Alright. So I think I'm going to do this glossy lip stain first. Which I could totally see myself traveling with. It's really nice. Long-lasting formula. So while I'm at it, and I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take the setting spray that I used earlier to set all my cream products before my foundation to set everything else. So this is gonna get crazy, I know. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Is it Clout Pout or Pout Clout? Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen in the shade In the Clear over top of that. Which I could totally see myself traveling with too. There's the plumping. There's the plumping. Okay. So we're gonna let that sit there and do its thing. Before I go in the next product, I am telling you, this is going to be horrendous. and the plump is going to be bad. It's just not going to be comfortable. So. Yay. Now I'm going to go into the e.l.f. lipstick and No Doubt. A little bit of this. Which I could totally see myself traveling with this too. Okay, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. And then I have the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil in Crystal Clear. Then on top of that, we have the Glimmer Finish in Opalology Tour. It's just gonna look extremely glossy, is what it's looking like. Then the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss, which I have too many plumping things. There we go. But here we go. This is the look we're rocking today. So I am going to come back with an update later today on like if anything's changed as everything wears down. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.